If you are a fan of international cuisine, and let's face it, who among us is not, we're going to talk about an event that you will thank me for once we are done. It is an excellent event, Nino Salvaggio's International Weekend, and joining us this morning to talk about making a German Spaetzle that will just make your mouth water, Chef Pete Lauren from Nino's.
Pleasure to be here.
And we also have
this is Chef Joe, our executive chef from the Troy store.
Chef. Helping us mix some things up. So tell me about this Spaetzle. What exactly is it? I don't know that I've ever partaken.
It's kind of a noodle casserole. Really, it's very similar to beef stroganoff, but this doesn't have strips of beef. It's got lots of mushrooms in it.
Okay.
And we first made this dish about 7 or 8 years ago for an Oktoberfest weekend that we do, and we still do at the stores at Nino's. And everybody loved it, and I was so surprised. You know, this isn't something you see every day. It's not a number 3 at your local fast food restaurant, you know? So we started making this, and when we decided to do the International Weekend of Taste Fest that's coming up this coming weekend, we decided to let this dish represent Germany. And so I'm going to show you how to make it.
All right, what do we have here?
What we have here, and I started this ahead of time because this would take normally about 10 or 15 minutes to make.
Delicious.
We have a saute of onions, garlic, and mushrooms in a little bit of butter. And you just saute that until it's tender, and then we're going to add a little bit of flour, and this is going to be our thickening agent.
Okay.
And all we're going to do,
well,
we call it a roux, so it's kind of butter and flour, and you're going to mix that and cook that for about 2 or 3 minutes. Not too long, right?
All right.
Then you're going to add your liquid, and this is just beef broth, beef stock. You can use a Kitchen Basics product, which is really nice, which we sell in the store, or if you like to make stock at home, which most people don't, you could use that too. So we're going to saute or stir that around until it's all saucy like this.
Okay.
And then we're going to add sour cream and dill to it. So what we have here is we have about cup. I can do it with this one too. I'm going to put it in this one. We've made one that's got everything ready to go, that's all thickened.
So the sour cream, would you typically add that last? Or
we're going to add that just after the sauce comes together and gets thickened. We're going to add that.
Okay.
And we're going to add a little bit of dill, and this is kind of what makes it German tasting like this. And blend these two together. Now this is where it starts to look like the beef stroganoff, because beef stroganoff has sour cream in it. So you just mix this together, and then you pour it over the noodles. And Joe here has our Spaetzle noodles, and I'm going to show you what those look like. Spaetzle noodles are basically a loose dough.
Yeah, I was about to say, they look like noodles that I've seen before, but then not exactly, a lot thicker.
Yeah, these are a little thicker, and you obviously just cook them in boiling salted water and cool them, and that's what Joe has here. And you can buy these, or you can make them, but we sell a lot of these, so I would suggest you don't
just buy them.
It's easier to buy them. They come out great. So what you'll do is, Joe's mixed this up here now. We're going to take this. I'm going to have you hold this for 1 second.
I'll hold that. Let me make myself
and we're going to pour this right in here like this. You can use any kind of a casserole dish you have. I promise I won't get any on you. Awesome. Then we're going to put a little bit of breadcrumbs on top of it.
All right.
Because we're going to do a gratin, you know, put it in the oven and get it crusty topped. Just like this. And
my favorite topping of all time, cheese.
Just like a pizza almost, right?
You gotta love it.
So this will go in the oven at about...
That's mozzarella?
This is not mozzarella. We have, what kind of cheese we got in here, Joe?
The Bavarian Swiss.
The Bavarian Swiss. We sometimes use Gruyere as well.
Okay.
We put this on top, and then when it comes out of the oven, and we have one that's finished right over here,
magic, right
we put parsley on it. Thank you, Joe.
Right. Now we've got a beautiful display here that smells absolutely delicious. These are delights from around the world. What do we have here starting?
Well, we did something from the Far East, which we're going to sample in the store next weekend, and it's Mongolian pork. It's pork tenderloin that's charred in a gorgeous sauce. It has hoisin in it and sherry in it. It's not real spicy, it's a little sweet, and it's just delicious with a nice fruit-type salad, which is really healthy type of a salad. So the Mongolian pork is just awesome, and it has a nice sweet hoisin flavor.
One of my favorites.
In the front, we have chicken shawarma.
Love them.
And chicken shawarma, we've just started the last couple of years making this dish, and people really love it. And we prepare it on sticks. And what you would do here is you would take it and put it in a pita. And we have a number of different sauces that we can sell you, or we have made for you, that can go in the pita. And then typically the garnishment inside of there is cucumber, tomatoes. You can add all different kinds of toppings inside, like shredded lettuce, whatever you like.
And you guys have fruits and all types of other things to give you a feel for different places around the world you may have visited or maybe you want to visit.
You got to check these out. I brought a couple of fun things here. We're going to be sampling ugly fruit, which is this little guy right here, which Does look kind of ugly, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So we're going to be sampling that. Check this out. Check this dragon fruit out. When you cut this inside, it's creamy like custard with little black specks in it. It's delicious. You can just spoon it and eat it like custard right in the inside here.
Unfortunately, we will be doing that all off camera, but you can stop in at Nino Salvaggio's yourself and tour the culinary delights from around the world. Chef, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Joe, you as well. We will have the recipe for this Spaetzle on our website, WXYZ.com. Click on the Scene on 7 section.